And of course, my clothes got taken, especially my underwear, because part of this experiment apparently must be what they call prostitution. You don't have to be a prostitute. They just want to force you into it because that way the fake cover up, which they may be a podcast that goes along with the actual um lab ratting to cover it up, to try to make it seem like the real victims don't exist, or they exist but they're so, let's just say, either so mentally ill and or mentally challenged, as in mental delays or mentally retarded, that they cannot really speak or function for themselves if they exist at all. Um, Food goes missing on a you know, medication goes missing, um, and clothes go missing. What doesn't go missing sometimes get messed up, messed over. And this happens if that doesn't happen, then you'll have vandalism on, you know, vandalism or occasional terrorism of the block or the neighborhood. Money goes missing off a card sometimes, and like I said, the phone really is compromised. So, and like I said, it's connected, but even with the lab ratting, just know there's more than one lab rat experiment that's illegal, and their ultimate goal is to kill you off. But there's more going on. I call them onion experiments and whatever. Because there's more layers to what's going on. That's why I say it's all connected. And everybody thinks it's a joke, but there's a lot more victims. And these podcasts, they have what's called the cover up ones, the ones that people are making fun of, and on TV shows and talk shows, and a common theme to them because it's all pretty much connected. So if you see the source of their actual making fun of, or you seen one of these podcasts, if you see somebody else's, you're going to notice the same thing goes down, the same things: prostitution, drug abuse, pedophilia, um, mental illness, suicide if they killed somebody, and mental retardation. And you'll hear stuff come up like forced sterilization. Believe me, that's really happening to the real victims. You'll see stuff like lobotomy. That's really happened. Um, the victims being called the scourge of the planet, and no moral compass. But the question is this: how can somebody who is so mentally delayed, as well as so constantly in major mental crisis after another, as far as psychological goes, how that they cannot function, be a scourge to anybody? How can they turn into pedophiles when they can't even take care of themselves? So who are they really talking about? The people who play clown in the actual cover up podcast that everybody's actually trying to act, like it's a big fat joke. And there's multiple podcasts, by the way. Or the real victims that they're actually killing off and they're told to discredit them and make them look like they don't exist. Or, and I'm one of them, so make us look like we don't exist. Or make us look like we are so dysfunctional, but we need to be exterminated anyway. And that's the whole purpose of that. It's trying to get the rest of the world and everything to justify killing us off. I don't know why, but if what's going on is actually true, it may be because we have a different gene variant and that's why they're killing us off, or the color of our skin, or a combination of. I don't know. So they, or something else, or a combination of that something else, and the things I mentioned before. So like I said, there is a lot going on. And anybody that can actually put a stop to it, or actually anybody that can help us out, put a stop to it, stop our torment, stop our actual elimination, then please help.